Welcome to the channel. My name is Crow, and for today's video, it's going to be a guide for Towering Ruin Hard Mode. Now, this is a new dungeon that actually came out today. I did record this run, and it was actually the first run that I did. I decided that I did not want to speak during it, just in case I say something crazy. But yeah, this one, honestly, it's not as bad as Tina, but it can get bad. I would probably say, but pretty simple. You're just gonna go through the dungeon as usual. You're just gonna attack the mobs. Please make sure that you actually group up everything so you guys can kill it efficiently. Even if you guys don't, if you guys don't kill it efficiently in time, I would say just wipe at the boss and then just redo the boss so the timer resets, and then you guys won't have to deal with the mechanic where the boss ends up one-shotting you. A lot of people kept asking about this for Goblin Nest, and I was so confused because I was like, I never experienced Goblin Nest where we couldn't clear it in time. So I was just very confused that people were struggling with Goblin Nest actually getting to the 100% attack damage part. But yeah, for those that are watching and were confused on that, that's why you're getting one-shotted. Anyways, though, yeah, just go through this entire dungeon, right? And essentially we get to the boss. Okay, so the boss has a couple mechanics. It's really just two main mechanics, honestly. Everything else you can kind of just face tank or just dodge, right? So we start off here, and actually we do wipe because of the mechanic. So I'm going to show you guys what exactly happened and how to avoid that. So a couple mechanics here. He has this, the bot has a charge up slam. And then here, gather your allies, okay? So same thing as the Tina one, but I think does the Tina one actually have the indicator that tells you to gather? I actually don't remember. Anyways, then we'll teleport away, and then Cartgriff will come back to the middle. Now here, I trolled because, I don't know, NA Smooth Brain, honestly, you could just dodge this attack. I'd do it later in the video on the next run, but even, you know, I take accountability as well. I can literally just dodge this. I also don't have the dash. Okay, I'm actually trolling, but yeah, I decided to just use my healing, or just if you're like you know, SK like Shield Knight, you can honestly just heal this damage off. But yeah, I end up healing off the damage, and then this part you need to go to the rift where the tank is located. So in this phase, all of the DPS is going to be here, and they're going to be killing enemies to reach 100. The tank's job is to then go to the correct portal. There's going to be 4 portals that appear for them, but the correct one is the one that the tank is going to be at. We do end up in a wipe here because everyone else went to every other portal. And then the next phase is that I'm going to take incoming damage. It's usually, I'm pretty sure it's always a tank. And yeah, so we end up wiping here. Decided to retry it because no one's going to res after that point, right? There's no point because we're going to reach the timer anyways, most likely. And then we come to the next phase here. I decided to type in chat, you have to come to the portal I'm at. You know, don't just let them just be confused and just keep doing the run, right? You guys need to say something if you guys do know mechanic, okay? Not everyone's gonna know. So I decided to tell them, because that's the only main mechanic I really need them to know is about the portal. So we go again, because we have the damage, as you guys can see. The damage is there. It's just you need to do the mechanics. And there's only 2 major ones. Now, we're gonna go over this again. Try this again. So appears again, and now we go to the next phase. So tank, you're literally, you don't actually need to worry about the enemy actually hitting them. This enemy does not hit the rest of your team, so it's totally fine. So they're just gonna kill off the enemies, get to 100 points, right? And then your job is just literally to stay alive and then get to the correct portal. So let's move along here. Now they finally come to the correct portal. Everyone stands in the bubble. And then it's the healer that has to help us not die, obviously, in the situation. Once the AoE stops, then you are allowed to attack the boss. Everyone needs to get away from the tank at this point. Tank needs to direct the shot away from the team. Thank you. And after that, now we're just going to be DPSing down. So use your battle magic, use your Tina if you have. Use whatever you have. Okay, now stand in a laser path. Now this, okay, the tank has to be on one side and the healer has to be on the other side. This is to prevent the damage intake. I did accidentally get hit by the AoE there. It was kind of weird for me to even see by the angle, but yeah. We need to be able to block both ends of the beam so it does not result in actually reaching to the boss. After that, the targeted player needs to stay away from allies. So there's going to be 3 AoEs. It's going to be the electro balls, and those are actually going to damage our allies. There's also these self-destructing robots as well that you need to get away from. And then we'll have this big AoE explosion that you can just dodge over. And yeah, now that's pretty much it. That's literally the end of the rotation. And now the rotation will start over again. So you start off with the gathering of the teammates, so everyone takes the damage together. Okay, and then next phase, so we don't DPS clear in time, so you'll most likely have to do this again. So that's why I'm saying it's might be better just to wipe, because then you guys have to, you know, do this again anyways. So yeah, you have to go through this entire phase. Same thing, right? As you guys can see, I'm actually dodging this time. But you come to the right portal. Everyone is aware now, so you don't have any problems. Everyone stands in AoE. And then you can DPS in the AoE if you're a marksman or a frost mage. And just finish the job. Rotation restarts. Tank takes the incoming damage. So as you can see, only two major mechanics you really have to focus on, if I'm being honest, right? It's nothing too crazy. I feel like it could have been way worse than it ended up being. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Towering Ruin hard mode. Now with Towering Ruin, if you actually come to the feature listing here, you'll see that for today, you'll be looking to get a golden armor piece and a golden ring. So make sure you guys are on top of that. Also, one more thing I will include in this video. We do have the Pioneer Awards. And here you'll be able to select anything that you would like to pick out of here. So you guys are able to pick gear as well that will already have the stat lining for you. And it'll be catered to your character class. So it's like a quote-unquote best in slot. I say quote-unquote because it's more of how the game system works, because actually the best in slot for a Heavy Guardian wouldn't be something like armor. It would probably be something akin to strength. So usually the tier list is strength, resilience, break, and then armor. But the game will probably give you your basic second best or third best attribute. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't yet already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.